Here's why God is so eager for you to marry this younger person. Archangel Michael says, there is a divine reason why your heart feels something unusual when you think about this younger person. It's not an ordinary connection, not just attraction, not just a passing thought. It's a spark sent from heaven, a reminder of a promise made between your souls long before this lifetime. You might have asked yourself many times, why do I feel drawn to them? Why does it feel like they've come into my life now, at this very moment? The truth is, God's timing is never random. He chooses moments that align perfectly with your growth, your healing, and your destiny. This person, younger in years but older in soul, has been chosen to bring something new into your life. They carry an energy that you once prayed for but didn't expect to come from someone of their age. God isn't focused on the number of years, He looks at the purity of hearts, the maturity of souls, and the divine balance that two spirits can bring into harmony. You may feel uncertain or judged by others, but heaven whispers that this connection is sacred, meant to help you rediscover joy and faith in love again. In the stillness of the night, when you think of them, it's not just memory or fantasy, it's energy. A pull between two souls that recognize each other beyond time and experience. You've both walked through very different paths, yet God has chosen this intersection for a reason. This union is not about control or comparison, it's about renewal. God knows you've carried many burdens, disappointments, and heartaches from the past. You've given so much of yourself to others who didn't see your worth. Now, He wants to restore you through a love that feels fresh, alive, and divinely protected. The younger person isn't just coming into your life to love you, they're coming to remind you how to live again. They see you as someone incredible, wise, beautiful, inspiring. They look at you the way heaven looks at you, with awe and appreciation. Through their eyes, God wants you to see yourself as He sees you, deserving of happiness, worthy of affection, and capable of receiving pure love. You may ask, but what will people think? Archangel Michael says, the voices of others cannot outweigh the voice of God. This connection wasn't made for public approval, it was made for divine alignment. Every time you doubt it, you are questioning the Creator's perfect work. Remember, many great unions in history looked unusual to others, yet they changed destinies. What matters isn't what the world says, it's what heaven knows. This person carries a light that softens your spirit. When you talk to them, it feels easy, almost childlike. You laugh more freely, you smile without thinking, and your heart feels lighter. That isn't coincidence, that's healing. You've carried too many heavy moments, too many silent tears. God is saying, you've served your time in sorrow. Now, let me bless you with laughter again. Heaven is eager because this connection represents balance. The younger soul brings freshness, courage, and spontaneity. You bring wisdom, stability, and calm strength. Together, you create a powerful union that mirrors divine partnership, one where both learn from each other, lift each other, and create something greater than either could alone. But you must trust the process. Don't rush it, and don't push it away. Let it unfold naturally, guided by prayer and intuition. There will be signs, dreams, coincidences, music, even repeated numbers, all reminding you that this love is written in light. When you see 1111, 333, or 777, it's not random. It's heaven saying, stay aligned. You're on the right path. You'll notice that when you're near this person, your energy feels elevated. Your body may react, goosebumps, warmth in the chest, a calm knowing in your spirit. That's confirmation. Your souls are communicating even when words aren't spoken. Some may call it infatuation, but you will know it's different. The love God ordains doesn't cause confusion, it brings peace, even when logic doesn't understand it. When you think of this person, you don't feel chaos, you feel clarity. That's how you'll know it's divine. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that God isn't eager because of romance alone. He's eager because this person is part of your life's mission. Through them, you'll experience healing that will ripple through your relationships, your confidence, and your faith. You'll rediscover hope, creativity, and purpose. There's a sacred exchange happening. They'll learn wisdom from you, and you'll learn wonder from them. It's not about age, it's about energy. They remind you to dream again. To take chances. To stop holding yourself back. You remind them to stay grounded, to value patience, and to appreciate true love over fleeting pleasure. Together, you become a reflection of divine partnership, youthful spirit and timeless strength intertwined. There will be moments of doubt. The world may not understand. Some might whisper or question your choices. But Archangel Michael says, stand firm. Remember who brought you together. When something is ordained by God, it cannot be destroyed by man. When your souls first met, maybe in a dream, or through an unexpected encounter, it wasn't the first time. You've known each other across lifetimes. That instant recognition, that strange feeling of, I've known you before, is the memory of your soul's awakening. Every lifetime, God gives souls the chance to meet again and fulfill what was left undone. This time, He's asking you not to let fear or doubt stand in the way. This person will bring out the side of you that's been asleep, the playful, fearless, passionate version that you tucked away when life became hard. And as you open up, you'll see that love isn't supposed to feel complicated, it's supposed to feel safe, inspired, and holy. When God blesses you with a younger person, He's not mocking you, He's gifting you. He's reminding you that love has no expiration date, that joy doesn't belong to a certain age, and that divine timing doesn't follow human rules. The world measures time by clocks and calendars. God measures time by readiness of hearts. And you, beloved soul, are ready. You've waited long enough. You've prayed for a sign, asked heaven to show you that love still exists. This is your answer. This is your sign. The younger person's arrival is not random, it's the response to your deepest prayer. Be gentle with yourself. Let the connection grow naturally. Don't overthink it. Just allow it to evolve with honesty, laughter, and gratitude. The universe is rearranging things in your favor, aligning situations so that your paths can merge smoothly. Obstacles will fall away, and divine support will rise around you. When you trust this love, miracles will begin to happen. Your energy will expand. Your creativity will bloom. Your days will feel lighter. And most importantly, your faith in love, and in God's plan, will be restored. Remember, heaven doesn't rush. What's meant for you will always arrive on time. So open your heart, release the fear of judgment, and allow yourself to be loved the way you deserve. This love is not a mistake, it's a miracle. And as Archangel Michael finishes this message, he smiles and says, when God sends someone younger, He's not reminding you of what you've lost, He's showing you what's still possible. Be open. Be patient. Be brave. Love is coming in a form you least expected but most needed. And when it arrives, you'll know, not with your mind, but with your soul. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. When the heavens plan a love story, they do it with perfect detail. Nothing about this younger person's presence in your life is random. Every glance, every message, every coincidence that drew you closer, all of it is divinely orchestrated. Archangel Michael says that God has been preparing both of your hearts quietly, long before you met. You both had to go through separate lessons, heartbreaks, and awakenings to reach this moment. And now that your souls have matured enough to recognize each other, God's eagerness comes from His joy, because finally, two souls He intended to unite are ready. There's something unique about the energy between you two. It doesn't feel forced, it doesn't drain you, instead, it feels like a breath of fresh air. The younger person has a way of bringing light into dark spaces, of making ordinary moments feel alive again. When you're around them, you feel seen, understood, and valued, not for your accomplishments or history, but simply for your soul. That's how divine love feels. This person carries a different rhythm, more spontaneous, more hopeful, and it's meant to awaken your own sleeping dreams. You've been responsible for so long that you've forgotten how to play, how to simply exist without worry. God is using this person to bring that spark back into your spirit. They'll remind you that love doesn't have to come with struggle, it can flow, it can heal, it can feel like peace. And even if there's a difference in age, heaven sees no imbalance, only complementing energy. Where you have wisdom, they have enthusiasm. Where you have patience, they have boldness. Where you have calm, they have fire. When these forces come together under God's will, the bond becomes unstoppable. Archangel Michael says that your connection is also a mirror, it reflects what needs healing within you. This younger person might say or do something that stirs old wounds. Not to hurt you, but to help you see what's still unresolved. Love that is sent by God will not avoid your pain, it will help you face it gently, with support and honesty. They will hold your hand through it, showing you that being vulnerable isn't weakness, it's sacred trust. There may be times when you question their intentions or wonder if it's too good to be true. You might feel scared that the age difference will eventually create distance or misunderstanding. But Archangel Michael wants you to know, true love transcends time. A soul that's meant for you won't leave because of worldly numbers. God will make sure both your paths grow together in divine alignment. Sometimes, people who are younger in body carry ancient souls. They've lived many lifetimes, learned deep lessons, and come now to remind you of truths you forgot. That's why their presence feels so familiar. You might even notice that they seem wiser beyond their years, as if they understand things most people their age don't. That's not coincidence, it's recognition. Their soul has traveled alongside yours before, and God has brought them back again for this new chapter. Archangel Michael reminds you, do not run from this love because of fear. Instead, walk with it slowly, intentionally. Let the relationship build like sunlight after dawn, steady, bright, and natural. If you try to force it or overanalyze it, you may miss the quiet magic in the small moments. Love that is meant for you will never demand you to chase or prove, it will simply unfold with grace. You'll notice that your spiritual energy increases around them. Maybe you've been seeing repeated signs lately, their name appearing unexpectedly, certain songs playing that remind you of them, or you dream about them vividly. These are messages from heaven confirming that your connection is real and protected. God is eager because this union will not only bless your heart but also inspire others around you. When divine unions happen, they radiate healing outward. People who witness your connection will feel renewed hope that true love still exists. You will become an example, a living testimony that love guided by faith and courage can overcome differences and fears. This is why God smiles when He looks upon your story. It's not just about romance, it's about transformation. The younger person may not have your life experience, but they have something equally valuable, a pure heart and a fresh vision. They'll encourage you to try new things, explore new dreams, and step outside your comfort zone. You'll find yourself doing things you thought you'd never do again, laughing freely, expressing yourself more, daring to love without hesitation. That's what divine love does. It resurrects the parts of you that were buried by time and pain. And in return, you will ground them. You'll be their safe place, the calm in their storm. Your presence will teach them what steady love feels like, not temporary excitement, but lasting devotion. You'll guide them with patience, nurturing their growth, helping them understand that love isn't about ownership but partnership. Together, you'll form a balance that even the angels admire. The love between you two will bridge not only age but also the barriers that society builds between hearts. God is eager because He knows what's coming, a bond that restores faith, heals generations, and honors His divine plan. You may notice that whenever you try to ignore your feelings or distance yourself, something happens that brings you back together. It could be a random text, a chance meeting, or a sudden thought that won't leave you alone. That's divine intervention. The universe won't let what's meant for you drift away. Sometimes, God lets separation happen briefly, not as punishment but as preparation. He wants both of you to grow individually so that when you reunite, your bond is even stronger. So don't panic if there are pauses or quiet moments. Love that's written by heaven doesn't fade, it matures. Archangel Michael also warns you, be cautious of fear-based advice from others. Some will try to project their insecurities onto you. They'll say things like, "It won't work," or "It's just a phase." But remember, they're speaking from their own limitations, not from divine insight. What they cannot understand, they often judge. Your task is to stay aligned with your faith, not their opinions. As you move forward, let gratitude guide you. Thank God daily for the blessing of this connection, even before it fully unfolds. Gratitude attracts miracles faster than worry. When you start to thank heaven for the love that's entering your life, you'll notice everything else in your world begins to align, your energy, your finances, even your health. Divine love brings wholeness, not just romance. The younger person may already be sensing the same pull toward you but might not understand it fully yet. That's okay. Their heart is awakening, and heaven will guide them gently until they're ready to step fully into this connection. Don't rush them, allow them to come to you naturally, guided by divine timing. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is to love in silence and trust in prayer. When you send love through your thoughts and intentions, it reaches them energetically. Souls communicate beyond words. Even when apart, they feel your care, your warmth, your presence. And when the moment comes, when you both stand before each other, fully aware of what you share, there will be no doubt left. You will recognize each other instantly, not with your eyes but with your souls. It will feel like coming home after a long journey. In that moment, all the waiting, all the doubts, all the fears will dissolve. You'll realize that everything you've gone through was preparing you for this very union. That's why God is eager, because He's watched your struggle, your patience, your longing. He knows your heart deserves this. Heaven rejoices when love is pure, fearless, and guided by faith. This union is a celebration, not of age, but of alignment. Two souls in sync, walking a divine path hand in hand. And as Archangel Michael watches over you, he reminds you, never measure love by years. Measure it by peace, by purpose, by the way it lifts your spirit closer to God. That is the true definition of divine partnership. Now, breathe deeply. Smile. The love you've been waiting for is already on its way. God is not only eager, He's already preparing the meeting, the timing, and the circumstances. You just need to stay open, ready, and trusting. The story isn't over yet. It's only beginning. And this time, it will be written with joy. When a connection is truly guided by heaven, it does not rush. It unfolds with patience, just like a flower opening at sunrise. Archangel Michael says that what you are feeling now, the gentle pull, the peace in your heart, the warmth when you think of that younger person, isn't imagination. It is the language of your soul recognizing another soul it has known across many lifetimes. God is eager because He knows both of you have finally reached a point of readiness. The lessons, the pain, the waiting, all of it was shaping you to love in a higher way. You see, love that comes from God is never meant to make you question your worth. It's meant to remind you of it. This younger person was sent into your life to show you a reflection of your own light. They see the beauty, the strength, the wisdom that perhaps you forgot existed within you. Every smile they give you, every kind word they say, every time they choose you, it's heaven's way of saying, "Look, this is how worthy you are of being loved." The difference in age is only a doorway for learning. You teach them patience and stability, and they teach you freedom and faith. You've walked through heavy seasons, they come with the energy of new beginnings. Together, you balance one another, like day and night, sun and moon. And isn't that what divine partnership is meant to be? Two forces, different, but meant to create harmony. Archangel Michael whispers, "Do not let fear of what others think steal this blessing." People may not understand, but that's because they can only see with physical eyes. God sees the truth that lies beyond appearances. He looks at the connection of two souls that have chosen each other before birth. When you trust in His design, you step into a love that breaks boundaries and teaches others to love more freely too. There will be times when your mind tries to reason with your heart. You may say, "But they are too young, they don't know life like I do." And yet, every time you say that, their spirit answers in silence, with empathy, kindness, and understanding beyond their years. You'll see their soul shining through their eyes, and you'll realize they've lived many lives before this one. God made sure to prepare them just as He prepared you. Sometimes, divine love feels like contradiction, peaceful yet powerful, gentle yet transformative. But it is never toxic, never manipulative, never filled with anxiety. If this person brings you calm, if you feel safe around them, if your laughter feels effortless, that is how you know God's hand is in it. He is eager because this love is a form of healing. It will restore your faith not just in relationships, but in yourself. You've carried burdens for too long, being strong for everyone else, holding everything together when no one noticed your pain. God is now sending someone who sees behind your strength, who touches your heart and says, "You don't have to carry this alone anymore." That's why heaven rejoices. Because for once, you are being given, not tested. You are being blessed, not broken. When this person looks at you, they don't see age, they see a soul they were destined to find. They are drawn to your energy, your wisdom, your heart. They admire the way you've lived, survived, and stayed kind. You've been through storms, and your resilience inspires them. In their eyes, you're not older, you're radiant. And you? You will rediscover how it feels to be alive again. Their presence will remind you to dance, to dream, to laugh like you did years ago. That's the secret of divine love. It awakens forgotten parts of your spirit. You'll start feeling more inspired to take care of yourself, to follow your passions again. You'll notice yourself smiling without reason. That's your soul rejoicing. There will be tests, of course. Every divine union faces resistance, because light attracts attention. But Archangel Michael promises to protect this bond. Call on him when doubts creep in. Say silently, "Michael, help me see this connection through God's eyes." Immediately, you'll feel a calm energy wash over you. That's your sign to stay in faith, not fear. This person may sometimes act unsure or distant. Don't take it personally. They're also processing this powerful connection. Their spirit knows the truth, but their human mind might still be catching up. Be patient. Love doesn't demand, it understands. And every time you choose understanding over fear, the bond deepens. You might start noticing little miracles, messages arriving at the right time, dreams that feel more vivid, even moments when you think of them and they suddenly reach out. These are confirmations. Heaven is aligning everything so you both meet halfway, emotionally and spiritually. God is eager because this relationship carries purpose beyond romance. Together, you will help others, through your kindness, your shared light, your story. You'll show that love isn't about age, status, or logic, it's about souls recognizing each other and choosing to grow together. Your union will ripple healing into families, communities, and generations to come. And when that day comes, the day you both fully accept what's between you, heaven will smile. You'll feel it, a sense of completion, as if everything suddenly makes sense. You'll realize that God's plan was perfect all along. Every heartbreak led you here. Every delay had meaning. Every unanswered prayer was simply preparing you for this one answered prayer that will change everything. Love will not arrive with thunder or drama, it will come quietly, like sunrise, beautiful, sure, unstoppable. You won't have to chase it, explain it, or prove it. It will simply be. Archangel Michael says, this love will not take away from your purpose. It will amplify it. You will both grow in your careers, your dreams, your spirituality. This person will become your greatest supporter, cheering you on in ways no one else ever has. And you'll do the same for them. That's how heaven works. He sends partners who remind you of your divine potential. When you pray, speak gratitude for this person. Say, "Thank you, God, for this love that heals me." Gratitude strengthens your spiritual bond and removes fear. And as you keep walking this path, signs will appear, proof that heaven is still guiding every step. Do not worry about the opinions of others, love that is real can withstand any storm. When God blesses something, no human can undo it. Keep your heart pure, your intentions kind, and your faith strong. Soon, there will be a moment of divine timing, a conversation, a visit, or a realization, that makes everything clear between you. You'll both see that the connection is mutual, destined, and blessed. And when that moment comes, you will know why God was so eager all along. Because through this person, you'll not only experience love, you'll experience renewal, joy, purpose, and a glimpse of heaven on earth. Archangel Michael smiles and says, "You have waited long enough. Now, open your heart to the blessing that has already been written for you. Don't be afraid. Heaven is with you." And as his presence fades into golden light, you feel peace in your chest, a knowing in your soul, and a whisper that says, "It's time."